In 1996, Doom was in a golden age. Thanks to the internet and how easy it is to upload custom levels, this turns a great game into an ideal investment. There are more Doom levels uploaded online than there are stars in the sky. In early 1996, there was a reason to have great concern. Quake was coming out soon and would begin the mass exodus of level designers moving to more modern engines. On April 12, 1996, Warren Marshall released 99 Ways to Die, a 3-map WAD for Doom 2 that finished at 8th place in the top 10 of the best WADs of 1996. This WAD is remembered for raising the standards of lighting effects. In the download folder has a text file where Warren describes a short story for the WAD. He also says the lighting accounted for at least half the development time and included this comment: "Lord knows my levels pale in comparison to the Quake preview, but I think Doom editing could be in a better state than it currently is." Safe to say, 30 years later, Doom is alive and well and has entered multiple golden ages since then. I want to believe that the title, 99 Ways to Die, is referencing the Megadeth song from 1993. It's one of their best songs from their most commercially successful period. Since this WAD has no music replacement, I will be using a MIDI track of the song later. DSDA Doom is my source port of choice. I keep everything strictly vanilla and play on ultra-violence difficulty, the gentleman's way of playing Doom. 99 Ways to Die opens with a shotgun in front of us, and we get the first secret within seconds. What you're looking at is the castle that the text file spoke of. To the left-hand side is a trio of imps. Fighting them wakes up the shotgunners who open the front door to invite us in. To the right-hand side are Pinkies. Some impressive architecture here for 1996. I like this design, very blocky and therefore Doom cute. Beyond the front door is this hallway with a sword that is drawn into the floor and ceiling, a neat decoration. From the stairs are 2 paths and you come under fire from imps on both sides. Down the left corridor we're introduced to zombies and the yellow key door. Following the path further will lead you to this room where the super shotgun can be collected. Some impressive lighting here. We are beginning to see the reputation this WAD has earned over 3 decades. Back into the main hall and leading down the right corridor is this room. Watch for the chain gunner up high in the window. Another room with imps and a Pinky. Take note of the shadows on the stairs. Another nice little detail. Down these spiraling stairs are chain gunners up high in the windows. Another room with a Pinky and some water below. Some more nice shadows. These are little details, but it's so effectively done with vanilla textures and design. The way forward leads to this hallway with more gorgeous shadows and lighting. This looks like what we would now call a liminal space. I love finding stuff like this in old games. The door opens to a new area. The candle is a hint of a secret path. Go in and you can deal with the chain gunners from a better place without them sniping you. Back in this room with the lone imp is a mega armor in the corner. The water textures give me the impression that these are some kind of wells. We are in a castle after all. Back in the room with the staircase is this elevator to ride up. Some imps guard the yellow skull key. This pathway leads to the exit, but wait a minute. We still have the yellow key door to explore. In the text file, it says the keys work differently here than in the usual Doom WADs. There are no blue keys. Red keys are necessary to complete some levels, and yellow keys will give you access to special bonus areas where the fights will be tough, but the rewards are well worth it. That sounds like a treasure room to explore. Let's go back and enter the yellow key door. A big room with a wall that has windows, a horde of imps, 2 revenants, and a cacodemon. Not a hard fight by today's standards. For our effort, we are rewarded with a soul sphere and a mega armor. Go back to the hall of the Spectre, and that's the exit. This is a pretty good map for 1996 and a good introduction to this WAD. I love the lighting and shadows. There is a nice attention to detail with the aesthetics here. Warren Marshall uses brown textures well, and I can see where he put much of his time into the lighting. Just like the first level, this one opens with a secret. We begin in a big hallway with an inactive teleporter and barrels sitting in windows. Right from the start, we see more impressive lighting and shadows. Warren Marshall shows his signature trademark of slanting and gorgeous shadows. When you step off the stairs, a door automatically opens in the poison pit with two specters rushing out. This hallway leads to this underground passage made of stone rock. You can find the yellow key in a corner here. This decoration gave me a nightmare back when I used to play Doom 2 on my first computer. Something about it is just unsettling, and when I see it in a place like this in an old 90s WAD, sometimes it brings back memories. The poison door reopens when you move back to the stairs. Go in for a cache of ammo and the rocket launcher. Some more nicely done shadows and lighting here. The elevator leads to this dark room with a hilarious crusher trap to the right. All these revenants can be crushed. There are specters below in the pits, and they may even teleport to where you're standing. 2 cacodemons and some lost souls are all you have to watch out for. The cacodemons can also be crushed if they fly over to the wall. You can run across here, go in the alcove where there are pickups. I did that and lured the other caco in here just to have a good laugh. Down below is water and 2 specters with teleporters to go back up. This bridge is made of round wooden pegs and you can easily run across it. This room makes me think of the first Turok game and those strange portals that led you to areas with wooden posts you had to jump across. Very cool room that brings back more great memories. Since we got the yellow key, let's go check out the treasure room first. Inside is an empty room and a blur sphere. As soon as you fire at the pinky, you will hear cacodemons hissing. The soul sphere and rocket launcher is our reward. 3 cacodemons come out from holes in the ceiling. Lost souls also fill up the room. Warren Marshall likes using lost souls in the mix with cacodemons. More lighting that I can appreciate. Back out in the hall with the barrels, the other side is now populated with imps, revenants, and cacodemons. You can wait around and let them infight. The barrels in the windows are a good placement to cause jibs and do damage to them, but overall this isn't a difficult fight. You can go down here and deal with them there. One teleporter takes you back to the starting hallway. The other is the way across. From this barred window you can deal with the revenant and imps. This big area has 2 chain gunners and a pain elemental that must be dealt with first. Up above are a bunch of imps. I love this hallway. Great use of shadows, and once again, I'm beginning to see how this WAD inspired lighting in the years following. There are elevators here that take you to the higher floors with the imps. Down the hall opens this monster closet with pinkies, and then you will hear an archvile laughing somewhere. Go back up and he's resurrecting the imps from the higher floor. This is a good placement of an archvile, and he isn't much of a problem. The reward for dealing with him is another soul sphere and green armor. Fun map. The real highlight is the shadows and lighting, which look fantastic for 1996. The castle theme plays well with vanilla textures. My favorite area is the dark room with the wooden post bridge. It's a fun area that seems like it was designed for the player to mess around and let the crushers deal with the revenants and even the cacodemons if you have enough patience. As we prepare for the final map, I promise to use the Megadeth MIDI track. I want to believe this WAD was named after this song, so here we go. We begin once again with the secret area chime. The super shotgun is right there for pistol start players. Multiple paths to choose from as imps greet us. The pinkies lead to this outdoor area with 3 chain gunners and 3 cacodemons. Back in the starting area, I want to take a moment to appreciate the lighting. These are simple areas, but they look so well done. It reminds me of the Telosian incident, which was the first WAD I reviewed. I can see where Warren Marshall's touch of shadows influenced John By and Malcolm Saylor. Back outside, the skull switch leads to this underground passage. Due to the green nukage, I am assuming that this is meant to be some kind of sewer system to the castle. This switch leads to the loudest door opening sound in the WAD with the bars raising. You go back out and have a horde of imps and revenants. The combat is beginning to pick up here. Spectres and shotgunners await in the cavern. Back in the room with the bars, the radiation suit sits in the corner for the player to put it on and venture behind this green waterfall. Try not to get bitten by the spectre and then collect the megasphere. It's a secret, but it's not tagged as one. To leave this area, you go to this wall and press it. This also isn't marked as a secret. There is no yellow key in this map, so the one treasure room was hidden in the sewer. Back to the starting area, you take this path and it leads to another outside area. This one has 2 arachnotrons, lost souls, and imps high above. Once again, I can see where Warren Marshall enjoys using lost souls in enemy encounters. This isn't a difficult fight, but it can be pretty fun. The elevator rises up and look at these gorgeous shadows. I like how the corners are darkened and between every window space. This would make for an ideal liminal space in today's era. The path leads to another courtyard with 2 pinkies and imps high on a ledge. A cell pack sits on the ground as a hint that a big fight is coming. You go inside a dark brown room, climb the stairs, and get the red key. Along the way, lost souls begin flying up at you, and you can fall down here and take the door as a back exit and prepare for our biggest fight yet. 4 cacodemons, 3 pain elementals, and an archvile. This is a big fight and can be tough, but the pillars behind the build make for good cover. Sometimes the archvile goes in the building and gets stuck up on the stairs. So far, this is the biggest fight we've seen in the WAD yet, and I found it to be a pretty fun encounter. With the red key, we can unlock these bars and go into a green marble hallway. Once again, more lost souls to slow the player down, a chain gunner behind bars, and up above is a baron. The path leads to this room with stacks of ammo. We are approaching the end. Step onto this circular platform and it begins to slowly rise. When you fire at the imps, other enemies begin teleporting in. It's not a tough fight, you can just stand there and discharge plasma rounds as the enemies warp in. At the top of the elevator is a teleporter that won't work on ultraviolence difficulty in the original WAD. I am using a patch that was created by Memphis. It was linked on the Doom Wiki article for this WAD. All credit to him for this. Beyond the teleporter leads to the final area of the WAD. 2 mancubi and 2 archviles make up this final fight. The odd structure makes for some good cover to narrowly avoid the archviles. You can mess around and get them to infight with the mancubi, but they're always going to resurrect their corpses. This is a fun final fight with only 4 monsters. 2 archviles together make for a good challenge. Once you've taken care of all of them, flip the switch and that's the end. Only 3 levels, but I had fun with this WAD. The reason I didn't do pistol starts is because each map looks as if it were designed to pick up where the ending left off, so I believe that the designer intended for this to be a continuous play. I wish Warren Marshall had made some more maps. He had a great attention to detail for lighting and shadows. I could definitely see where he inspired people like John By and Malcolm Saylor with their work on the Telosian incident a year later. Marshall waits until the final map to show us his flavor of combat encounters, and I liked what I saw. He uses lost souls as a way of hindering the player, and he seemed to also like placing archviles in areas where they can easily resurrect down monsters. So that was 99 Ways to Die, a good WAD from 1996. Thank you for watching.